10 years is long enough to forget how crazy redistricting election cycles can be. And thanks to delays from the Census Bureau, the foundation is set for a tumultuous 2 years that will shape the fight for House seats in 2022 and for the next decade. So let's review the redistricting process and how things will be extra chaotic this cycle. The country must first go through apportionment, with the goal of making each congressional district the same size according to population. For some perspective, the average district following the 2010 census included 710,767 people. But over the course of a decade, population growth and trends can create districts with wide disparities. These two Texas districts used to be roughly the same size, but as of 2019, one had 250,000 more people than the other. Since the total number of House districts was set at 435 by Congress in 1929, some states gain or lose seats through the reapportionment process after each census.
Well, excuse me, but I think you got my chair.
A combination of the state legislature and the governor are in charge of drawing and ratifying new lines in a majority of states. This cycle, Republicans have control over the drawing of 187 districts, Democrats have control over 74 districts. 47 seats will be drawn in states with divided partisan control, and 121 seats will be drawn in states with an independent or bipartisan commission. Of course, the lines can be drawn to dramatically favor one party over the other. But there's more to an election than the lines. How strong are the candidates? What's the political environment? How popular is President Biden and the work of the Democratic majorities? All of this has an immediate impact on Capitol Hill. Normally, the majority of members don't have to sweat re-election. That's not necessarily the case in a redistricting cycle. New maps could force them into a competitive primary with a colleague from the same party, or a serious general election contest against a fellow incumbent from the opposite party. That uncertainty, and then reality, could impact a member's legislative votes depending on which contest they are worried about. In some states, it will be a high-stakes game of musical chairs. After apportionment this year, there are just 2 seats in West Virginia, but 3 Republican incumbents. Some incumbents won't have any district at all. After 30 years in the House, Republican Congressman David Dreyer woke up one morning in 2011 to find that California's Citizen Redistricting Commission drew pieces of his district into 7 different new districts.
That wasn't my chair after all.
And when the lines are finally drawn, many of the new maps will end up in court, challenged by the party who feels like they didn't get enough chairs. So buckle up. This redistricting cycle is going to be filled with more uncertainty, anxiety, and chaos, all with the majority hanging in the balance.
Someone